All right, kids, we're into week 5 already, and this week we've got 3 modules. Each one of these modules is not all that relevant to traditional journalists per se, but the topics are ones that I find pretty interesting, and I find that a lot of times students do as well. And also, having said that they're not all that relevant to traditional journalists, there are certain elements of these topics that are relevant to journalists. So the things we're going to be talking about are, first of all, intellectual property. And intellectual property is basically about the government providing protection for intellectual work. So, for example, if you write something or you invent something or you come up with a new idea, the government provides various means of you protecting that and keeping other people from using it or stealing it without your authorization. We've also got the combined topic of advertising and public relations, and as we'll see, when it comes to advertising and when it comes to public relations, we have some special rules that come into play and special ways that we have of looking at the First Amendment and how it protects or doesn't protect these things. And then finally, our third module this week is student expression. So it's essentially about what rights do students have in schools, in high schools, in middle schools, in colleges to express themselves. So this can mean the school newspaper. It can also mean something that you say at an assembly or even something you wear to school. It can also mean something you post on your Facebook page. So this is a topic that, again, if you're going to be a traditional journalist, you're probably not going to deal with this too much. But again, I find that a lot of students find this pretty interesting because a lot of times people will say, yeah, there was an example at my school where the principal tried to censor the newspaper and here's what happened. The other thing is that, there are people who take this class, I know, who don't end up being journalists. And, I know that quite a few people actually end up becoming teachers. And one of the things that students might, people who become teachers might end up as is, I'm sorry, I kind of lost that train of thought halfway through there. But one of the things, let me try that again. One of the things that teachers might end up doing when they get a teaching job is advising the school paper or advising the school television show or something like that. And so this kind of information about where student expression stands, I think can be very interesting to those people as well. So enjoy week 5.